What up, what up, what up, what up? It's me, L Teddy 27.
What's good tonight? Right about the hood.
Oh, dear God, I'm already eating a drink. Look, a damn mess. Just a damn mess. No means no, and yes means no. What up, 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 what up? What's good? What's up, what's up, what's up? It's me, L Teddy 27, and I am back for yet another review. This is going to be our review, ladies and gentlemen, for Put a Ring on It. This is season 1. It is episode 11. It is entitled Reunion, and this is the reunion, ladies and gentlemen. There wasn't a lot in this reunion for the most part. There were some moments that kind of were, where it got ramped up, but it wasn't a whole lot. The host was a woman by the name of Egypt Sherrod. Now, I'll be honest, when they were when she was narrating the beginning, I honestly thought it was Dr. Nicole because she sounded so much like Dr. Nicole in terms of her voice. All 4 couples were there, to include Mimi and Ulysses. So that was good to see them there as well. So, like I said, it wasn't a lot going on. They recapped this season, and then they kind of brought each couple back on stage by themselves. So they started out with Mimi and Ulysses, and they talked about the fact that after her dad actually passed away after her last session with Dr. Nicole. And they both admit that the experience and with her dad dying, they did get closer and they got to see sides of each other that they had not seen before. And it did bring them closer to each other. Then we had Shay and Michael and Shay. So Shay pretty much at this point has done a complete 180. She's all on board with Zion moving in and whatnot. And they said that Zion has been around, and she talked about how Zion reminds her so much of his dad. And, she seems, we can only go by what they tell us, she seems like she's on board, but we'll see. Something's on my glasses. I don't know what that is. Something on my glass. Okay, there it is. It's gone. I couldn't see it. It was right there in my glasses. So they brought back 2 of the guys that Shay dated and Whitney. They brought back Peyton, Rick, and Whitney came. So it wasn't a lot with the Peyton and Ricky situation, but with Whitney, we find out that Michael set up this meeting with Shay and Whitney so that they could get along because he thought that they would make great friends, and he said that that they should have some type of friendship type relationship and so forth. Then there was this whole conversation about the fact that Michael is okay, and Michael and Shay in the past have been okay with having threesomes. And then there was a conversation about whether or not they would introduce Whitney into the situation for them to have a threesome. Michael was like, I don't know. Both Shay and Whitney seemed like they were down for the cause, I guess. Anyway, I think I might want to see that because I feel like Michael has a lot to offer downstairs, and I might be here for being a fly on the wall to watch this whole threesome situation, just for curiosity to see what's going on downstairs with Michael, because I feel like he might have a decent amount going on. I don't know. Then we see Vince and Tamika. Tamika says she doesn't have all of the trust issues that she was having before, and their relationship is stronger than ever. They seem to be doing well. They brought in Devin and Christina, who one of each of their dates, and it really wasn't a whole lot with that. They just seem like they're doing much better. They're happy. The process worked for them. Moving on. Then we got Ashley and Hollywood and Ashley, and this is where the train wreck begins. So Ashley is still not sure she actually wants to go through with the wedding. She ain't set no date. They still have issues. And it's a mess with Ashley and Hollywood. Then they brought out Kwame and Shantae to come on. Listen, Kwame came on stage and him and Hollywood commenced to having a whole ass pissing contest. Baby, there was so much testosterone being thrown all over that good stage. It was a lot. Like, they really was going at it. Like, I thought that they was going, start fighting right down stage. It was hot. Quiet as it's kept, it was real hot. It had the makings of some great porn, but it was real hot. I'm still trying to figure out that floral suit that Hollywood had on. Now, I can't pull off a suit like that because y'all will be calling me everything but a child of God. And listen, I'd be the gayest thing in the world if I ever tried to pull off wearing that floral suit that Hollywood had on. But Hollywood, is secure enough in himself and who he is. He can pull off the floral suit and you not question his who he is and everything. But me, y'all would be laying me out if I wore that. So I thought it was a nice suit, but everybody can't pull that suit off. Everybody can't pull it off. So then, um, Ashley admitted that she's not ready to marry Hollywood. And I feel like these two are exactly where they were when they started this whole process. And I'm like, what was the point? What was the purpose? And I keep iterating and reiterating to Hollywood, if this is not a sign that it's just time to let it go. I think it's time. I know he said, I'm going to wait for her. I don't want to be with nobody else. But that's fine. But if the other person doesn't want to be with you, then you're going to have a bit of a problem. See, it's one thing for you to say, "Oh, I want to be with nobody else," but if that other person, but if that other person doesn't feel the same way, then you need to move on. You need to figure out that yeah, you're going to have to be with somebody else because the other person doesn't want to be with you. So then they bring all the couples back on stage. Hollywood and Ashley, they talked about this idea of maybe starting over, and I was like, if y'all are delusional enough to think that that's actually going to work, y'all been together for 9 years. Y'all got 9 years worth of history and memories and all this kind of stuff. And if y'all think by any stretch of the imagination, y'all gonna be able to just start over from ground zero like none of that happened and forget, you're reaching. We already have seen that Ashley, I don't know, has the capacity to not forget, but to move on because she is still holding on to all of the past and the history and doesn't seem willing to let go at this point. Vince and Tamika said that they have set date. I think they said like September or something like that, or something like that. But Tamika said she wants to move the date up because she's ready. Michael and Chase set a date as well. I think they said theirs for September as well. But I know they talked about purchasing a house. They were in the process of purchasing a house, making sure that there was room in the house for Zion and everything, and having this whole space where they could be a family, which is good. Let's see how this goes. I'm very surprised at the 180 change in Shay. Happy about it, but I'm very surprised 'cause I did not see that coming. Ulysses and Mimi then spoke, and Ulysses said that he brought a ring, and he was going to propose to her on the reunion, but he said that he didn't really want to pressure her and didn't want to make her force her into a decision when he knew that she perhaps was not ready. She says she needs more time to work on herself and to make sure she's right within and like she has all of the things that she needs to work on. And I think that they can get to that. I don't think their situation is not salvageable. I'd love for them to continue um to have sessions with Dr. Nicole to kind of help them out. As far as Hollywood and Ashley, Hollywood. I know you watch my reviews. I know. Hollywood. Listen, dog, bruh, get out of Dodge. It's time. You got to get to a point where you say, you know what? I love you, but I love myself more. And you have to get to the point where you understand that you deserve better. Not that the other person is not a good person or that they're a bad person, but it may just be the good Lord, life telling you it's time to move on. And I know that's a hard process, but sometimes you have to be strong enough to make a hard decision. And I think you need to just go ahead, Hollywood, and say, listen, she already gave you the go ahead. Listen, if you want to go ahead and we go our separate ways, we can. Because I felt like on that stage, she was, it almost sounded like she was looking for Hollywood to give her the out, for Hollywood to get fed up. I think that's really, she doesn't want to break it off because she doesn't want to be seen as doing to him what he did to her. And so she's not willing to break it off. But in essence, in her mind, it's really just broken off. She's just waiting for Hollywood to pull the trigger because she doesn't want to. She wants to go be with old boy. Old boy was smart enough to see the forest through the trees and says, "Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and wait for her. I ain't mad at it." Um, but yeah, if I'm talking to Hollywood, go ahead and pull the trigger. Let it go. Move on. Take some time to yourself. Grow. get to know yourself, love yourself, have a few bust downs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Spread it across the fruited plains if you need to. And then perhaps in that journey of, becoming one with yourself and, growing personally and internally more, something and someone will come along that you will be worthy of them and they will be worthy of you. That's my advice to Hollywood. And anyway, that was the whole reunion. And so that's the last episode of this season. Like I said, I am completely floored by the change in Shay. I'm glad to see it. I know I gave Shay a lot of smoke this season. I know I did. Deservedly so. But it's good to see her come full circle and her grow and so forth and so on. And then I like the Vince and Tamika, who seem so toxic at the beginning, but when you see them and they're happy, they're such a likable couple where you just really want to root for them because they seem like such a fun and likable couple. I just like seeing Vince and Tamika together. I already told y'all how I feel about Hollywood and Ashley. Ulysses and Mimi, like I said, I just hope that they can continue to have, some sessions and stuff with Dr. Nicole, and I think they'll be fine as well. I think they'll definitely be fine. That was Put a Ring On in season 1, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all enjoyed my reviews. Get down in the comment section. Let me know how you feel. We can argue about these things. Until next time, next review, that's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely.